be welcome, all ye gathered here, and hearken to a tale as old as the stones around us. 'Tis a tale of humankind's struggle to love, to live, and to gather in the fruits of our labor. It's a story of our ability to triumph over the powers of destruction, corruption, and despair. A yarn told time and time again in many places with different names, yet always the same struggle and triumph. Today's story is from a time long past, in a land far over the seas, an emerald isle of rolling hills and verdant valleys and quiet glades, of steep mountaintops in the highlands and seas that crash against the stone. And now here, at the beginning of this tale, we find the ruler of this place and people, a fearful tyrant, the king of the Fomorians.
Through the ocean of time, I have been called many names: Cyclops, Titan, Comdu, and Goliath. But you many know me by my works. Wherever I showed up on the shores of the ocean of eternity, there I tried to control the people by fear, to take what they wrought to benefit me and mine, and to dominate the land for those like me. Not too many people know this, but I...
Great king, please. We could hear your stories all day, but it is warm and all here are standing. So...
Yes. Very well. Where was I now? Yeah. Many names, but today I am Balor of the Evil Eye, great king of the Fomorians, and this is my story. When I was young, I went to spy upon my father and his druids as they worked their dark magic of blight and corruption upon our enemies. In my excitement, I grew too close, and the evil energies of that magic cursed my eye and caused it to grow and destroy all upon which it gazed. As evil begets evil, that day too I heard the dread words prophesying my death at the hands of my own blood, my grandson. That prophecy haunted my youth, that I became a king of my people, took a queen, had a daughter. I came up with a plan to make sure it would never come to pass. I took my daughter, Ethnu, and imprisoned her in a tall tower and allowed no men to see her. Thus secure, I was free to use the power of my terrible eye to rule over all the land and to take whatever I wanted from the newly come Tuatha De Danann. I later found out about a magic cow a smith of the Tuatha De Danann was said to possess, which gave forth milk in ever-flowing abundance, which I wanted for my own. Knowing its value, the smith had a warrior guard the cow while he worked. But on that fateful day, when I went to take what I wanted, as I always do, Scion was watching the cow. But as well as he watched, I still stole the cow away.
And so, as is often the case, evil sows the seeds of its own destruction. And our story is no different. Balor took the magic cow, and in a shocking mental lapse, he brought Kian to an employ in the same place where his daughter was imprisoned. Balor did not recognize Kian, who had been spirited into the heart of his kingdom by a fairy woman. Seeking instructions in the arts that he would need from Ananan, and plotting for many months, Kian won his way into the tower and gained the love of Balor's daughter, Ethnid. As such things do, it came to pass that Ethnu became pregnant, and she gave birth to triplets while she was still imprisoned in her father's tower. Balor was enraged and gathered the babies up in a sheet, and giving them to a servant, ordered that they be drowned in a raging whirlpool. On the way, one of the babes fell out of the sheet and into the harbor, and was rescued by his father, Kian. Knowing he could not keep the child, Kian gave it to Mananan to foster, as was the custom in those days.
I grew to manhood in the halls of Manannan, and my foster father taught me many things, of crafting and fighting, of singing and sorcery, of the arts of the gods. When it came time to make my way in this world, I left his care and set forth to join the Tuatha De Danann, the people of my father. When I came to the king's great hall, I was told I could not pass within unless I had some talent which could be put to the king's service. I asked if they had a smith. They did. I asked if they had a champion warrior. They did. I asked if they had a poet. They did. For every talent I could offer, they responded 'twas one they already had. I began to grow in despair, but then inspiration, another one of my gifts, struck. I asked then, do you have anyone who can do all of these things by him or herself? They did not. And so I gained an audience with the king of Tuatha De Danann.
And young Lugh grew to his full manhood, serving King Nuada, the king of the Tuatha De Danann. And many were his triumphs, but those tales must await for another day. As he served the king, Lugh's exploits and adventures brought him great fame throughout the land. In those years, the yoke of the Fomorians grew ever heavier upon the Tuatha. And Lugh wondered at the meek way that Nuada allowed it to go on, year after year. As he spoke out against the blight of Balor, Nuada saw in him a champion come at long last to lead his people out from under the tyranny of the evil-eyed one, to finally end the Fomorian oppression, corruption, and ruin, and restore to the land peace and bountiful harvests. Nuada gave Lugh command of the host of the Tuatha, and he led them forth against the Fomorians, and a great battle was soon to be joined.
Here I stand, Lugh the Long, armed this day, though I have worn many guises in my many lives. In all of them I have stood for the powers of creation, of life, of love, and for justice. Today, the evil Fomorians who have taken from and oppressed us, the Tuatha De Danann, for so long, gather to bring us further ruin. Their greed and corruption have held us back too long. Far too long have they taken the fruits of our fields, our cows, our hands, offering nothing in return but scorn, contempt, and a pittance, a miserly portion of the work our efforts have brought forth. No more. Today I lead this mighty host out against them. No more will they oppress us. They have slain our king, Lughnasadh of the Silver Arm, and I shall call Balor to account for that now. Balor! Balor! Balor, you misshapen brute! Are you too much a coward to face a warrior poet in fair combat? So, you're not afraid to face me and answer for your deeds. Too long have you stolen from and oppressed us. Too long has the evil of your eye held us hostage. No more will you blight this land. No more are we hostages of fear.
Fear you, you puny man? I fear no man, no matter what size he is. For I have laid waste to many lands. Have you not seen the islands to the north? I lay waste to them years ago, and barren they remain.
For the murder of my king and the oppression of my people, your life is surely forfeit.
Oppression? Look what I've given these people. Look at how the sun shines.
It shines upon a brown land. The evil of your eye withers everything from fern to crop. Long have the people labored under your reign, and what have they to show for it? Distrust and ruined lives all around is the only crop they reap.
Complaints only from you newcomers, you Teatro de Danann. Well, you will pay. Oppression, yes. I have given you so much, and yet you think that you can take more.
You've given us to take from us. You take the best part of our work for your cronies and yourself. No more. No more will you blight this land. No more will we be hostages.
Very well, then. Then come. Come, face me.
Today, I shall end your blight. Today, I shall rid this land of the stench of your corruption. Oh, father of my mother.
I should have killed you the day you were born. Well then, come. Come to your death, son of my daughter.
Two mighty warriors join in combat, fighting and striving and striking and fighting for many hours o'er the plain. Finally growing tired of the sport, Balor decides to obliterate Lugh with the power of his eye, forever removing the looming threat posed by the prophecy overheard in his youth. As he removes the cover from his eyes, and its gaze falls upon many of the warriors, they are turned to stone in an instant. At this point, Lugh drops a stone into his mighty sling, and he casts the stone like a bolt of lightning, and the stone flies truly, smiting Balor in that terrible eye, the barest moment before it would have fallen Lugh. Balor falls stricken, the power of the evil eye spinning itself heartlessly on the ground. Their king stricken, their power broken, the remaining Fomorians faded from the scene, and the Tuatha De Danann rejoiced at the dawning of a new age for their emerald are.
Today I have cast down the evil. Today I have restored the bounty to this land and returned the harvest to its rightful people. Rejoice and let this day be celebrated with games, even into eternity. Huzzah!
Columcille plays.
Fantastic narrator. Thank you all.
Thank you for joining us.